First question from geography: which of the following statements are correct about uh, both the traffic network about the traffic network? So it is an intergovernmental organization formed under the United Nations Environment Program. So it is correct. So it is the which of the following statements are correct? So traffic mainly it is no, it is not correct. It is not an intergovernmental organization formed under the United Nations United Nations Environmental Program. So it is mainly traffic is a joint conservation uh, program of UWWF and IUCN. Traffic is a joint conservation program, and traffic the wildlife trade monitoring network. So is the leading non-governmental organization working globally on trade in wild animals and plants in the context of both biodiversity conservation and sustainable development. So mainly work is a leading non-governmental organization working globally on trade and in wild animals and plants in the context of both biodiversity conservation and sustainable development. It is a joint conservation program of WWF and IUCN. United Nations Environmental Program is an agency of UN and coordinates its environmental activities, assisting developing countries implementing environmental sound possible practice. Statement 2. So it aims to ensure that trade in wild plants and animals is not a threat to the conservation of nature. It aims to ensure that trade in wild plants and animals is not a threat to the conservation of nature. So only two is the correct. It is correct, but one is not correct because it is a joint conservative program. It is not an intergovernmental program of WWF and IUCN. So traffic established 1976. So what remains unique role in as a global specialist, leading to support effort to identify conservation challenges and support solution linked to trade in wild animals and plant. Traffic is governed by the Board of Trustees of Traffic International. We look particularly closely to the founding organization IUCN and WWF. Okay, so next question. So which of the following statements is it correct about Asiatic lion? Asiatic lion mainly Asiatic lion is scheduled 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So it is correct. It is listed Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Asiatic lion has been listed as critically endangered. No, it is not critically endangered. So it is mainly endangered on IUCN red list. So only one is the correct. Next, ESPO EIA convention is primarily associated with ESPO convention is primarily associated with environmental impact assessment. ESPO convention is primarily associated with environmental impact assessment. ESPO convention sets out the obligations of parties to assess the environmental impacts of certain activities at an early stage of planning. It also lays down the general obligation of states to notify the consult each other on all major projects under consideration that are likely to have a significant adverse environmental impact across boundaries. Next question. Answer the following statements. So what is the actual correct answer? So a wildlife sanctuary can be created for a particular species. A wildlife sanctuary can be created for a particular species. It is correct. In a wildlife sanctuary, human activity is completely prohibited. No, it is not correct. Wildlife sanctuary can be created for a particular space, whereas national park is not primarily focused on a particular species. So national park is not primarily focused on a particular species, but wildlife sanctuary can be created for a particular species. like a grizzled giant squirrel. So it is mainly wildlife sanctuary. So for particular species, and national park is not any any particular species. So statement is correct, one statement, and second is not correct because of any area other than area comprised with any reserve forest or the territorial waters can be notified by the state governments to constitute as a sanctuary if such area is of adequate ecological flora, fauna, and geomorphological, natural, or geological significance. So statement 2 incorrect. Why human activities are tilling of land, collection of minor forest products, produce, harvesting of timber, and private ownership rights are not are allowed in wildlife sanctuary. Not in, so it is in wildlife sanctuary human activity completely, not completely, but here if human can like tilting of land, collection of minor forest, harvesting timber, and private ownership rights are allowed. Okay. And next question: which of the following are influenced by photo period in an organism? Which among the following are influenced by photo period in an organism? Mainly hibernation and breeding time and migration are all are influenced by photo period in an organism. Mainly hibernation, breeding time, and migration all are influenced by photoperiod in an organism. Next question. Consider the following statements about Juxanthali. Juxanthali mainly they can be found in jellyfish and they flourish in high temperatures. So both are correct. They are mainly found in jellyfish and they flourish in high temperatures. Juxanthalis are tiny plants. So please remember they are found in jellyfish and they are flourished high temperature. Juxanthali are tiny plants like organisms called Juxanthali. So tiny plants organisms live in the tissue of many animals and including some corals and anemones and jellyfish, sponges, flatworms, mollusks, and foraminifera. Okay, these microscopic algae capture sunlight and convert it into energy. These microscopic algae capture sunlight and convert it into energy. Just like the plants, to provide essential nutrients to the corals. In exchange, they have a place to live inside the animal's body, but when the zooxanthellae are under stress, such as high temperatures, they will die or leave their host, a process known as bleaching. So last question. Consider the following locations. So which of the following above locations are ideal for generation of tidal energy in India? So mainly Gulf of Khambat, sites of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Gulf of Kutch, Khambat and Gulf of Kutch, and sites of Andaman and Nicobar Island, crits of the Sundarban Delta, all are ideal place for generation of tidal energy in India. So all are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you.